Hello and welcome to my very first episode of the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time randomizer. Now, this is not going to be a full series. This is almost just a little bit of an introduction to me, as the big series that I intend to do is to do a showing my girlfriend this game, as she has never played it at all. And my intent is to show her every single inch of this game and hope that she enjoys the story as much as I did as a child. But I felt like I couldn't just jump in with a show my girlfriend this game type video without first of all showing that I know this game well enough. And not just well enough to do something silly like a randomizer. Apparently I can't hit a ladder though. Walking down a ladder, that is the first boss of this game apparently. Now, the first thing we do in a randomizer is we go and check this really, just it's a simple house. But in rando, we have 4 checks. Now, as we can see, we've got one good check. Oh, pieces of heart are never a bad thing. We'll leave that good check for last, so we can see what crap we get first. Piece of heart counting as crap is not a bad thing. 50 rupees, we start with max money just to make things easy because we have what's called shop sanity on. Early hook shot is good. That does mean we're most likely going adult pretty early. We might be on a sculpture hunt as well, which if we are, adult is the best place for that. I mean, not the best place. There's obviously plenty of sculptures as a child. Well, early boomerang is good. Now, shop sanity, you might be like, oh, that makes things a bit easy. To be fair, we've got quite lucky. We've even got... Quite often you get bad items, but I'd say we've got quite good items in these shops. And the Deku shield, meaning I don't have to go find one. I can just wear that. Now, our choices in rando, things are a bit more opened up for us. So we could go and have a quick look. We could go have a quick look in the Deku tree at 1 or 2 checks, but I think what we'll do is we'll do the Kikori sword check, which is just over here, and then we will continue on. Lovely to see, and not good check. But a piece of heart though, so we take that, especially as we took some damage, and that's a free health refill. So a lot of the times we might be happy to see hearts just for health, just for getting health back. But for the most part, we're probably going to consider hearts as a junk item. Now with the randomizer, I have set it so we don't need to get much to actually beat the game. We just need the correct items.
And this is the point where I realised we need to start moving a little bit faster. So I decided to start doing a lot less in-game recording. But now we're just going to speed across Hyrule Field, get ourselves all the way over to the castle, and into the castle nice and swiftly, you see, so we can get into the market town.
Oh, pretty bad shop actually, not a good shop at all. So we'll just grab what we absolutely need. When I say absolutely need, yeah, we don't need the heart pieces, but we're going to take them because we've got the set. Ooh, now that means I was thinking we might be getting suggested to go adult first, but actually
This has given us many options. So we can now just go and try and get any of the checks before it hits night time out here. So we'll just aim for this way.
and that's at least something. Is it turning already? Is it already turning? Yes, throw us out, mate. Cheers, thank you. There we go, awesome. Right, just because it's turning right, and that means we can check a third shot. as soon as night falls. We'll just hear her start singing as soon as the wolf howls. There we go. But yes, so we'll just go do another check here at another shop. And while we're here at the moment, we'll probably also do the Richard check as well. Fire arrows. Okay, so we've had some pretty good shops so far. Good shops. Now, we're just going to keep running on, keep going like this, and just try... Well, first of all, we're going to head straight over here. Hopefully no dogs are following us. Right. Oh, damn, that's pixely. I didn't realise how pixely this game was. Sometimes when you're playing things in your childhood, stuff gets really obvious. Okay. Didn't care that much about a dog. But, you know, that's the first few easy checks done. We will now do... I say 2 checks, but one of them is just going to be Zelda's letter, because I think that's unrandomised at the minute.
But now, we'll just turn the speed up and get through this little bit quite quick, because we just need to run through here, and we've done this so many times that it's just worth doing it now. So we're just going to get all the way out here, get these boxes in position, and be sorted. In the case of the really annoying section where you have to walk through the garden, gone. Straight to Zelda. No walking through the guards section. Yeah, that's the summertime. Okay, so plenty of options for different things. It does put us here, so we could... Yeah, we will go and do a little Dodongos check. Well, I say Dodongos, we'll do all the checks in... Well, most of the checks in. We'll go find out what the sculpture of rewards are. I've got a couple that we have passed, but there's a bunch here. Also, another nice thing about randomism, we can turn the amount of chickens that are needed for this Frangie, otherwise known as Cuckoo Lady. I think in this she's just called the Cuckoo Lady. I think Anju's her name in the Majora's Mask. But she might be Anju, hold on. I can't remember if it says. Well, not great. But that's fine, that's fine. We will go check the spider house. Don't ask me why I just ran around like that, because I don't know. No play, just get it. Right, here we go. Yeah, right. And you, huge rupee. Island shield. Deku Zoods. Huge rupee. What did you say you had? Oh yeah, arrows, okay. So, very little that I actually want. Pick up some of the passing them. Not the way we're necessarily intended to do this. But there is a way of getting it, so... Ah! And that's a real handy get, actually. Right now, get up here. And we'll do the checks. See, that's so strange that things at the right distance become nice. And there's probably good word to me. The Goron's bracelet will get ourselves entrance into the good old Dodongo's cavern. And then we'll just head inside here. Ugh. So not good at that. Right, a bomb, that bomb explodes. That's how that works. Right, we'll take that. And you see, that shop was a bit of a bust. Now, obviously, we gained the Goron's bracelet. And there is a couple of Dongos, and I just completely ran past it because I was talking. We'll consider sculptures. And we'll just skip through his text. Again, because this is rando, we can get things like a blue rupee that really upset me and mean I have to record over things. Looks like probably a bad. And at least if we need to go shopping, we've got plenty of cashish. So we'll go back up to Dodongos now and we'll check a few checks in there. Unless I really need a Hylian shield, which is not that likely, because I'll probably be able to get from one of the shops. A couple things there, really, I think we might come through with bombs to get... Now, this is a good check, obviously, because of the chest. Fairy Ocarina. Big, huge, huge. So we've got the Ocarina and a song.
We still need to beat the Deku tree before we can do the Saria check. I'm not sure if I'll go through that, but like here we want to come back to for that wall. And we have some way of destroying it. Deku sticks and what's that called? Boomerang, that's what it's called, gee. But yes, the boomerang really makes a lot of things trivial. That's the whole first part done. Unlocking that door takes us to the stairs, up to floor 2. And I guess when we come... Alright, what we'll do is we'll go across. And we'll go up, and then we'll come down when we get to the first bridge. Or maybe we'll cross and come back. We'll see. We'll play it by ear, I guess. But we've got plenty of things that we can be doing. Plenty of checks to check. Very few things to actively well. I think bonks do damage. I need to remember to do that. I know. Oh, damn it, shield, covering the shield. I'm just buying up one shields aren't a big deal in this run. Well, I think this run, in this seed, because I can just buy them from the Quarry shop, which, you know, not the easiest place in the world to get to, but it's also not the worst. And I believe it stays the same with your adult or child, so it's a handy situation. And we'll go straight across. And we will need the shield. The shield's actually quite important. Beating the Deku tree. That entire dungeon, I said the entire dungeon, there's a few bits in the dungeon that require you to have a shield. It's kind of cool. Okay, here we go. There we are. Oh, this is a good chest. Good job we did come across here. Iron boots, okay. Okay, well, I don't have to worry about that door really, because... I think actually Deku Tree is probably the best option as to where to go. Boomerangs we can actually get some ways up the tree, which means we can get down the tree. They love a good back walk. I mean, not my best back walk ever, but not a bad one. Don't need to worry about sculptures. So I just need to check grottos and such. Alright, so let's go buy the Deku Shield again, and then we'll see how much of the tree we can actually get done. Okay. Okay. Now. Okay. Now, obviously that check was not a great check, but we'll come and see what we can find in here. I did buy a shield, right? There you go, the restart. Because this would have been no way out of this room if I hadn't. Right, see? Now, we can check in here. Now, this is the slingshot room, or at least when we usually get the slingshot. Fortunately, the first check in here is... worse, it's literally a blue pea. I mean, at least we haven't got a full void right now. So far, the first 3 checks, completely worthless. Completely worthless. But it's a good thing we didn't come in here earlier. Maybe. Waste of time, isn't it? Let's be honest. Another con for some reason. I don't know if we are. There we go. Ooh, 2 good chests. Hey, alright. So, slight waste for the first 3, but then we get... Oh, gold scale. Alright, alright. I mean, we did buy the silver one from the shop, but that's fine. That's fine. We've already got the gold scale. That's actually amazing. Yeah, that was going to happen, wasn't it? Oh, and that's the bow. Oh, you know you love to see that. Certain ones of these sculptures I just can't leave behind because they're like there and making noise. So, you know, sometimes I will just have to pick them up. just because my little brain tells me I need to. I need it. And also it's good to remember where things are, you know? There we go. And that brings us down to here. And, ooh, another useful chest. See, it was good coming here. I probably should have come here earlier, actually, because there's a lot of good checks. Access the big golden check, which very rarely going to get big. It can happen, but it's going to happen. All we have to do is this. Ah, yes, this is where we actually need. What's it called? 23 is number 1. Need to remember that for later. Yeah, we need a slingshot to continue any further. As completed as we can. Maybe even further. Like, honestly, it's not that far to go down the fight for us. If you're somehow still watching this, even though I've said that this is a random as a run, so this is not the way the game normally works. You want to see the game normally, you watch the playthrough I do with your girlfriend. That will, if you're watching this, the first episode should probably be up soon, and unless you're watching this when it comes out. Watching this when it comes out, you've got to wait a week, I'm sorry. But anybody watching this in the future can literally go and watch the playthrough with my girlfriend straight away. Now, see, here's the hardest part of random ones, is remembering what checks we've done. Pretty sure I wouldn't have left the forest without doing. There's a bunch of checks that I could do, but it's probably not worth going there and doing some of the checks and then coming back to do more checks later, when I could just... Right, we're actually going to go fishing minigame done. Do a little bit of the old climbey. Head on into the old Lake Hylia. Now, we've got the gold scale, we can do a Rotor's Lair check. Now, obviously, Rotor's Lair's not going to be there. Let's randomise that and stuff. Oh, look, we've got a piece of heart. There we go. Nice. We shall work on Zoras. Oh, because then we can check the shop at Zoras as well. Oh, do we have to? Did we? Yeah, we have been. The Zeldas. So we must have done the free shops in town, right? Did we do the free shops in town? I can't remember if we actually did the shops in town, so I'm going to have to go back and check, which is slightly on. What are they called? That doesn't even say. Doesn't even say. It's probably a Highland carp, though. Great. Great diggy sticks. Love that for me. Not the best. And then I will also do the waterfall checks. Waterfall check. Back up to do. We'll go shop first. Nice and simple, just in the shop. And, oh look, there's 2 items in here. We'll take the one for 10 really, please, just so we've got it. We'll take that heart piece too. And oh, both of the tunics are here if I need to buy tunics at any point. Now, hopefully I don't have to, and I just keep giving them reasonable points. Rather have a tunic. I'm actually going to quickly check this Gothic stone as well. That's working to a piece of heart. Okay. Alright, let's do this. Okay. The acoustic, not amazing. What we need to do here is set fire to a stick, take it down to here, set this torch alight. Now, what we're actually going to do here is switch the stick, so we get a fresh timer on our stick. Now, although this might not be necessary, it does make life a lot easier to do in one stick. See, nice and easy. And bosh, done. Oh, waste of everything. Absolute waste. I think that there's no need for it. Okay, and we'll check the shop. Yeah, we'll check the shop first. So, because I can't remember and I have a terrible brain, we're going to quickly go and check back at the first location. That means nothing, and I don't mean the DK tree. Right, red rupee, no big. Gold sword, get it, but 2 times, so should be fine. Let's see what's over here. Here's the next bit we need to do. We just need to go do a little run and jump off here. And then we'll also quickly check here, because this is a check. Actually, I'm not even going to bother reading the stone. I think we skipped a few stones. Piece of truth is useful. For a bunch of reasons, at some point we might have to cross the Haunted Wasteland, and it's either use the Pens of Truth, or I get a map of suns up, and I feel like that's a lot more cheaty than... I don't know more. No more rupees as we swim along here? No? So... Close. How many times that's happened to me? Okay. What a waste. Okay, now, I'm pretty sure we checked the shops. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm just going to go straight through. We're going to check the altar, see what that's got to tell us. We're going to go straight through. We're going to make sure we have done this. Of course we have. Of course we have. Should never doubt myself so much. Right. Although there are technically checks we could still do, like the skull kick check and stuff, but we're actually going to kind of go and do a bunch of seeing what we can do. We're trying to get through this quickly, not necessarily get through every single check. The OT check is not Deku. Alright. Which means we'll need the slingshot. And maybe we should be using hints, but I kind of like not using hints. I mean, an hour to get to this point. I mean, we're a few checks in, we could be a lot worse off. Check this again for some more information about the temples. So that's in water, that's in Jabu Jabu, that's in forest, and that's in fire. The Dongos. Okay. Alright, it's gonna be a weird one. It's gonna be a weird one. But I guess we go and search for some sunspots. We've got a few things we can be checking. And we're probably best going straight through to Kak first. We head straight to Kakaroo. Kak, as it is commonly referred. Now what we didn't check, we didn't do any of the farm checks, did we? Completely forgot to do farm checks. But that's probably going to be fine. We'll do a couple of things first. Now, the good thing about here is we've got 2 shops to check. A little bit like Hyrule Castle Town, where there's 3 shops, but only 2. However, let's see what we find. And we'll take some life. Nothing major so far. Well, we've had some good shop checks, I guess. But there's been a lot of nothings. But hey. Pieces of heart. They're not bad. Oh, we've got some of time, so I can actually not want to do the damn pay checks. Oh, glorious, glorious times. Do I want to do that while I'm here? Alright, we'll do this quick. Because I am a big fan of the shooting gallery thing. Just have to keep going. Even though I should never really fail this. Sometimes we still do. There we go. Worth or no, not worth? It's just one check, but it is a check I do enjoy doing most of the time. Just another quick check in here that I forget about a lot. I'm not sure if I've got songs as in anywhere or if songs are set to songs, so... That's the Minuet Forest. Okay, cool. Recovery art? No thanks, no need. Okay. Now, the down paychecks. Now, there's actually a few things to do, isn't there? Of course, it's gloopy. That does actually drag. Down pay's grave. In we go. Okay. One of 6 at least. Oh, it's not bad. Oh, but the reward isn't great. Oh, it's worse than not great, it's well, that's how that is. Hey, we're just here. And that's how you would get this intention. Okay. Now. quick talk with Angie for another check. Again, I'm not sure if I should call her Angie, or if I should just be calling her the cookie lady. But, either makes very little difference. Now, what we should be doing here, we could go up. Oh, no, we haven't got bombs, so we can't do that. Oh, so we're going to menu it first. Yep, right. Excellent. Cool. Well, if I don't just to find most of this is going to get the cut essentially, so there we go. That's better be my keys. Nope. Okay. Like, usually my keys are outside, but decided like before we come into this little mansion. I guess like the entryway, but where's my card? So we get in here. And if we can get in here, I believe that means that was good. I can't believe that worked, but can okay. Sure. Cool. Excellent. Can't see where it is though, damn not. Hey, there's some keys. That's my key box. That means I can now access the entirety of this dungeon. Because I have key rings on. Key rings on, so that means there's actually more chests that are in the mix of being able to be anything. I'm a big fan of that, I'll be honest. Probably shouldn't have done that. I'm not sure. The size of the box causes problems, and sometimes you drop in the water. Go ahead, yeah, that's just a quick. Sometimes it's just a quick, no? There, I guess? I can't remember. Okay. Right, found the barrel. Okay. Nice big loop now, we've done a loop round. I think we're out. Let's just go on round the rest of the room. I mean, we can... I don't know if there's a setting. Would be let me get the dungeon done. But less. Just a shot. Missed the pushing. No, we're probably gonna just make things. Go. See? Big. The recovery heart. Oh, pizza heart. Nice. Ticket. Okay. And more pushing. Come on, up we go. Now, should I do rooms normally first? Do them. I mean, I'm going to do this room normally, even though I know I can just hit the button, switch the thing, straighten the whole way, move the run around. I think it actually makes sense to do things properly. Push. There we go. Number uno. As you can tell, you get a lot of crap in this dungeon. Oh, pieces of heart. We don't complain about pieces of heart. Come on in. How about these? This guy actually fights pretty well. Now, these two are a little bit more flying, but still. I need to put my health. I'm wait for a second. Quickly just there we go, that's nice. There we go. had another tiny chest to put all the tiny people in it. Teeny tiny chest. What are you full of? Is there a blue thing? Yes, it's a blue thing. But we are now here, which means it is indeed turn. To fight ghost number 2. And then we'll simply go for ghost number 3. You do your thing. Yep. Don't. Set them off occasionally. There we are. Plenty of heart in this game. Go upstairs. Oh, this is where I came from. Sick. And twist. Let's twist again, like we did last summer. Let's twist again, like we did. It's a little bit of who I am. No, it's a little bit of the ukulele I suffer with. I don't often suffer with the ukulele. Sometimes it definitely is suffering, because kind of myself. But for the most part, there's no baby, see? Hey, Moha. And don't get crushed, because that is a thing that can happen. Stretch of murder mayhem. Sorry, man, I did kill all of your sisters. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Have I set boss doors to open? Let's go find out. Maybe I've set boss doors to open. We can pray. We can. Oh, please pray. Please pray. Let's go down. Is this the second? Yeah. This one to the box. Just because, you know, I have to make sure I must look at it, even if I don't necessarily look inside it, which I'm going to do. Love that for me. Now, I am trying my best to kind of speed through this a little. So, hopefully... Of course, it showed it that way. It didn't show it from the other side. Yeah, it looks like I've turned boss keys off, which is real nice. Because that means I can just run to bosses for certain dungeons. Luckily, I can cut this out. Okay.
Now, let me explain to you what's going on here in this 5 times speed boss fight. First of all, we're locating the real one, because there's real ones and fake ones of the Ganons coming through the portal. When we're hitting them with our hook shot, we then have to play Dead Man's Volley here, where we knock back the magic spells back at the Phantom Ganon. And then, once Ganon's on the floor, we can obviously hit them with a sword. Lovely and easy.
Oh, look. A blue pig. Awesome. Yeah. So, what we shall do... Okay, that really costs nothing really. but you'll just find it.
And with that, we're done with the Kokori Forest, and it's time to move on to running across this goddamn field, which we're going to do a lot of until we get the horse. There's going to be plenty of running across this field. Oh joy. But yeah, we'll get across here, straight into Kakariko, and we'll just keep on moving. That's what we do. Straight on up. We're just going to run straight through here, straight up to the Death Mountain Trail. And I believe the first thing we're going to do is, yeah, we're just going to check up here for the Silver Gauntlets check. Very nice. And now into the Dongos. So finally back as adult, we're going to come through here and do as much as we can, which as you can see, we're just putting the speed right up here just so we can get through this nice and fast. And it still takes quite a long time looking at this, but we're using all of the tricks that we know to make this as fast as possible. And here we go, this is where we got to as child. Damn, I'm good. And yes, as we've got the bow, we can actually hit these eye switches and carry on through. Now we get to have a nice little fight. And again, more eye switches. But for the most part, we're just cracking on, doing the best we can to get on through as much of this as possible, really. And I would say it's going quite well. And now it's time to continue on up the mountain, checking what spots we can, including this grotto. Now that is a good check. That is the Megaton Hammer, which means we can do a lot of checks as adult now, starting with these. In here. Waste of a check. Didn't even need the Megaton Hammer, we could have just Silver Gauntlets our way through. Worthless again. Absolutely awful. But now we'll try our best to get the little Goron. There we go. Now he shall tell us his secrets. I mean, he's been through quite a lot, but hopefully gives us something good. Let's see. Useless. And unfortunately, that is the way things often go with a rando, is we often have useless checks. But into the crater we go. Gotta try and remember which one of those holes are worth checking. And now we've got Zelda's Lullaby. That's a big get. Zelda's Lullaby is an amazing get for us. It gives us so many options, including, but not limited to, a goddamn blue rupee. But it's okay, there's more checks we can do while we're up here, as it is. There's even checks outside we can do. You know, because that one's another goddamn blue rupee. We're finding a lot of bluepeas. It's just part of what happens. Hey, bomb chews. We take those. And the big Goron, we might as well show him the claim check while we're up here. For another goddamn rupee. Jump shot. Yeah. Now, quick way down. remember. See, this is what happens is I remembered right then that there was a thing up here that I hadn't opened. And there's that wallet. Beautiful. Gotta love having a wallet. Now we're just gonna head down into another little grotto where we can kill these two. And find another worthless blue pea. It's kind of sad sometimes. But away we go. This run across the field has been a little bit all over the place, but there we go. We finally decided to go to a grotto. And there's Ocarina of Time. And this is why it's always worth checking around for things. Those grottos can often hold some very, very nice checks. So, yeah, we're just going to now keep going on around and hunting for what we can. We haven't got magic, so we can't do anything about the webs in there. More grottos. We're just going to be grotto to grotto at the minute. Well, at least a piece of heart. That's not a bad one. And we just continue back onwards down to the lake, because that's the next place to check, really. There is a few checks we can do here. First and foremost, freestanding piece of heart that was a recovery heart. Sad. Now we can head straight to the fishing game. Because who doesn't love a bit of fishing? Ooh, 10 pounder. We check that in. And more bomb chews. Could be worse, could be better. Let's move on, shall we? What shall we do next? Might as well check this grotto on the way out, because we haven't been down here yet. And then some more bomb chews. Bomb chews back to back at the minute. But on we go to check even more grottos. It's a grotto bonanza. We're going from grotto to grotto to grotto. Just trying to get some good bits. Now, back into the Kokiri Forest, because as much as we've done most of the things here, there are still some checks here. Such as the Song of Storms check here for another grotto. And, of course, another blue pea. Now, there's a few checks in the Lost Woods. Grottos and all sorts. And, of course, more rupees. But we'll just keep looking. We'll just keep on keeping on, because that's the only real option we've got. To the Sacred Forest Meadow, just take this guy out nice and easy. And then we can just go do this one check right here. Just murder some wolves. For another set of rupees. Oh joy, the rupees. So now we've just got to get out. Might as well check this spot while we're here. Ooh, mysterious item. To do is decide where to go next. And I think the easiest answer to that would be Temple of Time. I obviously cut out the warp transition there, but here we are. Caracking on from the Temple of Time. As per usual, another nice long run across the Hyrule field, all the way to Gerudo Valley. Now there is very little we can actually do here. It's like this one check. But that is still a check we can do. There is absolutely nothing worth in this check But these things do happen. Now, we've got to leave again because we've done most of the checks in the lake until we go to Water Temple. So again, we're going across the field, getting attacked by a ghost. And we do our best to just get away. Finally morning comes and we try and work out where the hole is here. Now, haven't we already been here? Yes we have. This is the point where I have to go round and start re-getting some items because I forgot to save. Now, I'm not sure how badly this is going to affect us. I know for a fact that there was more than one time that I did not save. So we're mostly going to get only a few items that we're going to re-get, but there will be some extra getting of some items. Just re-getting of similar items where we forgot to press the save button. Because that's just how things go sometimes. Now, back into Kakariko, and we'll start heading up again to Death Mountain. The good old Death Mountain Trail. And then we'll use this nice little shortcut that we have into Goron City and into Death Mountain Crater, where we will go and check this check one more time because we couldn't remember if we'd done it or not. Same reason as we check here, and obviously we had already done this, as if you're watching this video you probably remember doing, but I did not, because there was apparently enough time between the two saves that I couldn't remember what was what. But now that we have ZL, we can do an awful lot of checks. It is one of the better items to get, and it does unlock quite a few different checks. But Prelude of Light is a very nice check. That does mean we can get around a lot easier. Because at any point we want, we can just warp to the Temple of Time now. Another nice check to check. Oh, but we checked that earlier. See, this is the problem here, is I've obviously forgotten what checks I have and haven't done. And that's why we just come back through here again to do a check we've already done. But luckily you don't have to watch it. I cut it all out for you. No, see, I remembered that I'd already done that one. See? And now back to the forest. Because apparently I need to check all of these checks again. And then of course the other the other checks. Oh no, I'm just looking for the fast way out. Prelude of Light, back to the Temple of Time, and now we go Child. This is always a good shout, because we've got a lot more stuff we can do as Child now. Yeah, just absolutely running. Just completely sprint as fast as we can, get through as much of this as possible, as quickly as possible. See, that was a good backwards run, straight into Lon Lon. Now this is a check that I do enjoy doing. Mainly because I like to cheat at it. But I do like this check. Takes a bit of a while, but again, only a blue pea. It seems like we've seen a lot of blue peas in this run. I think we've just been getting a lot of bad luck. Serenade of Water, there we go. which again, that means we can like teleport to the other side of the Hyrule map. So we can either go... Oh yeah, I like this. I think I did a good job on this. Making it look nice. Oh, another bloopy. We're going to show you that we got it, just because getting the bloopies a thing. And then we just speed out of here. Completely as fast as possible. Just a hardcore sprint. That's what that was. More hardcore sprinting across the overworld. Rather than cutting all of this out, I decided to leave this in as a super speed bit, but sure. Here we go. Access to Zora's. Why did I put the Lens of Truth on? That was a strange choice. To just Lens of Truth there. I've got nothing that makes me want to use the lens. We've got ZL so we can get in here. This is all good. And now we're in Zora's. We've already done the check under the waterfall. So it's time to go up straight to Jabu Jabu? Is that where we're going right now? Ah yes, there's another fairy fountain, of course, of course. Bundle of arrows. I mean, it might as well have been 5 rupees. But we're getting there. We're going. We're working on it. Ah yes, more grottos to check. Unfortunately, that one's a fairy fountain. But then back down the river we go, back into the field, and then looks like we're going to go into Kakariko next. And now I'm not actually sure what we were doing at this point in time. Oh, we're doing the check of playing the Song of Storms, which allows us into the well. And bottom of the well is actually real good for checks. That's a lot of checks in bottom of the well. Yeah, there's quite a few checks in here, and most of them are not gated by keys. As you can see, we just need to know where things are, so we can get awful green rupees or some useful keys. Now that's much more like it. Now there's a few more spots to check in this place. I'm doing quite good at checking with, or remembering where everything is without the Lens of Truth being used. Oh, I can't use the Lens of Truth, that's why I have no magic. But it's okay, we seem to be doing quite well. We can ZL here. And now we've just got a couple more spots to check. And we can finally get the last one in the middle here. Now this one, although it looks like it's a trap, it is not. But we got magic. The bats in here annoy me. And now that we have magic, we can do lots of other things. But mostly, we can get through this section. Now, if I remember to be smart, yeah, and switch my shield, still manage to go down to goddamn Keese, but sometimes that's just how things go. You know, we just have to deal with the fact that there's Keese. And bloopies absolutely everywhere. But it's fine. We managed it. We got there. Now this is the point where I completely forgot how this entire area works and thought I'd missed something. But no, it's just the last one's hidden up the top. Which is a real dick move, but you know, it is what it is. Here we are. Now, there's a few more checks that we can do in here. It's really not many though. I mean, I think here is the... No, this is another one of the few checks we can do. It's a singular check in here. And if I remember rightly, I'll just do the right one. Yes, okay. Sometimes I'm an idiot and just end up doing multiple of the torches, which opens therefore multiple of the coffins, which can cause much more problems than just opening one. But yes, it seems that I was smart enough to only open the correct one this time. Now, as you can see on the map, there are very, very few chests left to actually get. One of them is the one that I managed to miss getting earlier because I got thrown down a hole by a flaming bat. Which, you know, joy, I guess. There we go. There's that chest we missed earlier. And a fairy in a bottle. We always like a bottle. Nice and easy. Don't even have to kill everything in that last room. There we go. Recovery heart. Couldn't let that like live. I have a problem with likes, you see. They're evil. I'm just not a fan of likes. They're like the worst. Oh god, just keeps setting me on fire constantly. Not a nice room. Keys are not a nice enemy either. They're probably one of my least favourite enemies. They are just mean. And that was just stupid. Unfortunately, that is something that will happen occasionally. Because the entirety of Bottom of the Well is laid out to try and trick you like that. Try and get you to do stupid things. Just, you know, hold straight down when you're walking out of a place like you've kind of learnt to do for the rest of the game. Up, kills you. And that's just how that be. But Bottom of the Well was a bit of a bust. I mean, magic was down here. I feel like there was a couple good checks, but for the most part, Bottom of the Well, big bust. But here we go. Here's the dead hand fight, which shouldn't be too difficult, really. We've got some good sticks, which is all you really need. Some good sticks. And there goes dead hand. Nice and easy. And there's the slingshot, meaning that it was worth it to come here. Because slingshot be good. And necessary for beating certain dungeons. Like, I think we need... Yes, we do need it. There is an ice switch in... What's that area called? Deku Tree, if I haven't already done Deku Tree. No, I can't have, because the aforementioned ice switch. I guess that's where we're heading now. Looks like we're going back to the forest to do Deku Tree. This should be a nice easy, as we've done most of it already. We just need to jump around, get through some bits. Oh, actually, here's where we were up to. Nice and easy, though. It's not very difficult. A little bit of arson. A little bit more arson. And there we go. We just push this block, do our final bit of arson. And here we are. Hit the scrubs in their particular order. And here we have a Goma fight. This is... obviously I decided to make that nice and quick, so you can see that we did indeed beat Goma. Oh, we learned the Requiem of Spirit as well, so we might as well go straight to the Desert Colossus and do what we can here to see if we can't get keys or anything else useful. Which shouldn't be too difficult. And there's our keys. See, we're off to a good start here. Coming to the Spirit Temple is usually a good idea. At least, as far as I'm aware, it's usually a good idea. There's not many times that it's been a bad idea to come here. Easy win. Now that wasn't such a good idea, but hey, we were trying something. And out we go. That was the whole of everything we could do here. Oh no, it wasn't, because we got keys. We just completely didn't do this section that we had access to. There's a bomb bag. We are rocking at this point. There is very little that we haven't got now. Nice smart move there. And straight on up. We're just going to keep going. And we're going to get as much of this place done as possible. Work through all of these little sections. Go get in a fight with a dark nut. And then go check this chest out, which again was some more rupees. Now, as I'm sure you're all aware, this is the most boring bit, which is called backtracking. Especially when you get to a certain point and realise, oh, we need to go adult now. So here we are. Now, I don't know why we're running at this point. There we go, there's the Requiem of Spirit. Now we need to go finish off everything that we started here. Useless scrubs. Oh, but this isn't useless. This is a nice piece of heart. Now, I believe we have to leave again. Yep, this is a song check. There's Bolero of Fire, which could be useful. Now, we've got Zelda's Lullaby. Now, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure we could have just walked to the edge and got that, but we didn't. Now, we've got a tasty fish. Now, that is something we can just use to get into Lord Jabu Jabu, which is not a bad idea. Now, we've got a bunch of chests that we get here, as well as an open door. And here we are, back into this big room. And there we go, another ZL. Now, of course, we haven't got long shots, so we can't use the nice, easy get across. But what we can do is use some other options of getting across. You see, now, all we have to do... Well, I say all we have to do is just light some things. We're doing a lot of different checks in here. They're getting us nothing. It's a lot of nothing checks. But now, at least if we die or anything and have to start from the beginning, we can easily get back to this room. Oh look, it's our friend Pierre, the wandering skeleton. We are doing good. Soon we'll be finished with most of this dungeon. We still haven't got the mirror shield, so we can't 100% clear this place. But we can do quite a lot. So first of all, we'll open these. More bottles. Bottles are so good for us. And then we've got another Dark Nut fight. I said we've got another Dark Nut fight. That's more like it. And here we have another chest. Unfortunately, it's also a small one. Oh look, it wasn't nuts. Sorry, it wasn't nuts. It was seeds, rather than it being goddamn rupees again. But here we go. This is us working back through the temple now. I'll try that again. This is us working back through the temple now. Back through the temple now. There we are. There we go. And out the exit. Now this is because we haven't got the mirror shield or some other options. So we can't fully clear the dungeon. However, we can check, I believe, the last Great Fairy for the last fairy check, which was some more money. Now, I think it's time for Jabu Jabu. This is not the worst kind of check, but this is quite a check. Oh no, I hadn't got all of the fairies. I'd forgotten about this one. Oh, that means that there's also the Ganon's Castle fairy still to get. Oh yay, heart piece. Not even a heart piece, it was a goddamn recovery heart. Now, gotta love this game, even if it only gives us 5 rupees. It has been a bit of a pain, this rando. It has not been nice to us. It's not been kind, I would say. See, we even have to do some save warping just because of how poorly this has been going. Now, some of you should remember that we have definitely checked this check already. But this is again one of those problems where we have not been having a great time with saving. Here we are into Zora's domain. Just to get to the fountain, just to get inside Lord Jabu Jabu. Now, this is one of my least favourite dungeons, and I think it will quite clearly show as we go through here why it's one of my least favourite dungeons. And one of the reasons is, yes, that we have to carry the princess. Because, god damn, did she used to annoy me as a child. I am not a fan of this Princess Ruto. She, although using her as a weapon is one of my favourite things. Just because it goes so very well. She just works as such a good killing device. See, these rooms are easy. We just finish them off like that. Boom. Din's Fire opens another few checks. We're getting a lot of good stuff here. Things are coming along nicely, and the seeds starting to show some guts, shall we say. Now, Thor's Wind can be useful. Not one of my personal favourite spells, and is actually really useful if you know you need to come back to a certain part of a certain place with a certain thing that you expect to get soon. But sometimes you set warps with Thor's Wind, and then you're just like, well, I don't want to set a new one in case I want to go back to that one. It's a whole thing. Anyway, my babbling has gone on quite long enough, and we're now basically done with this dungeon. It's like 2 boss fights, basically. We come through here, just deal with this room. Very simple. Jump on here. Carry that. See? And we're basically on our way to the boss room now. See? Boss room's right there. So simple, so easy. Goddamn 5 rupees. And then out we go. Forest medallion, handy. And off we go. As young Link should. Running down Zora's River. And then realising that we need to go to the Temple of Time, so might as well teleport there, because it's faster. Then we do the normal thing of becoming adult. And because we got the Forest Medallion, we also got a song check there for the Prelude of Light check, which was Sun Song, I think. So we've got a lot of gear now. We've got a lot of different things. We've got a lot of different options for how we want to do things. We actually spent so long running around in the field, it turned to night. But it's okay, because we're going to take a shortcut up Zora's River. We're going to Zelda's Lullaby to get into the domain. And then we're going to head all the way up, out to where Jabu Jabu was. And we're going to go do some checks here. Oh, look. Sticks. Yay. Now we're going to head into the ice cavern and get as much of the ice cavern done as we can, which I believe is a full clear of the ice cavern because we have all of the gear that is necessary. So, full clear ice cavern, just like this. Just gonna chop up some baddies, capture some blue fire, and some more blue fire, and one more blue fire, cut up some more baddies, open a chest with some of our blue fire, more sticks, yay, love that, refill on the blue fire, and start heading on out. Well, that's what I'd like to say, but actually, there's a whole nother place to check. This place. Those bats were rather annoying, to say the least. But there we go, Deku nuts. See, a lot of not necessary things, but also a lot of blue peas. We didn't necessarily need to do all of the things we did just there, but doing all of those things did make me feel good. So, we've now just got another little puzzle room to get through, which was nice and easy for us because we knew how the puzzle worked. Just get some extra supplies. And then we have a Wolfos boss fight. I think they're Wolfoses. I think that's what they're called. And then the useful chest. Deku seed bag, not great. Nocturne of Shadow, though. That means we can teleport to the back of the graveyard whenever we want. That's useful. And there we go. Done with the place. Now we just check the bottom here for another set of sticks. Because apparently that's just what we get these days. We just get the sticks all the time. Now we unfreeze King Zora, have a little chat, do a check. We're not going to complain. We're then going to open up the store down here just because it's a good idea to make sure we've got access to it just in case we want anything. Also, upon reaching that store, we realised that we only had 99 rupees. Whereas before we'd managed to get the big wallet, the adult's wallet, which is 200 rupees. So now we've got to try and remember where that was. Now, the longer you watch, the easier it should be to work out where it was. Hopefully somebody said it was right here, because that was correct. That is exactly where it was. Now back down to Hyrule Field. And into Zora's River. We'll then get into the domain again. And now we're going to go to the shop so we can buy the tunic that we saw. So that we can actually go and do the Goron's Fire Temple. Get that equipped right now. And away we go. Off we run. Straight back to the top of Death Mountain. We'll probably actually go in the Goron City entrance rather than going to the top, but still. Yeah. See, that would have been smarter. Would have been Blare of Fire in straight away. Unfortunately, we didn't do it till we got onto Death Mountain, but we still got some stuff done. There we go, just quickly getting through these rooms. Nothing to worry about here. Good old boss fights. Ooh, shiny. But again, just some rupees. Here we go. There's the keys. Now we can get everywhere in this temple. So let's go and search for what we can get. First check, it's going to be nothing. Oh, it's a piece of heart. Well, at least that's something. Here we go. Straight across. Straight on to the climbing and bosh. Push the big block down and we ride it up. There's so many reasons that I love this goddamn temple. And it's mainly because I love every single puzzle in it. And then another useless check. More bloopies. Oh, I've not seen so many bloopies in quite some time. But, yeah, this is exactly how it is. We're just sort of pressing buttons and opening chests. It's, unfortunately, there's a lot of useless gets in this temple. So we're getting a lot of checks. It's like good for checks. It's just all the checks we're getting are absolutely awful. And we have only so many choices left to make. And there's another check here, but again, nothing fantastic. And onwards we go. Yeah. Now we're going to go up the other side. Well, up the main side, actually. The other side's the other side. Song of Time to bring a block in. You're not meant to do that, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's something you're meant to realise later. But we got that set up. And then we've got another one of these guys. And then an elevator ride. Oh, we go up. And we just climb out of this room. And we go onwards to another small chest. But we miss the jump. Stick the landing. And we end up down here. So, we might as well go open this up for another useless check. We have got so many bleepies in this run, it's been unbelievable. But here we go. Just, you know, fail at some things a couple of times. Sometimes it's what you got to do. Now, here we go. Let's try this again. All we got to do is get there. And we know that it's not even going to be like a big thing. It's just going to be like, oh, arrows. Oh, it hurts when you get done like that. Absolutely. Now, the reason we had to leave there is because there's actually a pressure switch in this room. And we had destroyed those boxes. But Death Warp gets you back to the beginning a lot faster. Now, we ran straight through here the first time, didn't even check on these side rooms, because we were like, they're probably not even going to be good checks. Guess what? Not a good check. But it's okay. There's the one on the other side of this room. It's a whole nother check. Oh, wait. Before we do that, there's this whole, like, upstairs room here that is a whole nother... Nope, nothing. So across we go. All the way across over to here. This is the direct opposite side, where there is another check for us. Another useless check. Well, at least that one got us some healing. So we can't complain too much, but still. Back here again, back on our way up. We're just going to keep moving on. There's only so many options we can take, and most of them involve trying to get as much of this temple done as we can, so that we can make sure that it's full cleared and we don't have to come back here for like one check or something stupid, because that's never going to be fun. Now here we go. We just do a quick badink and then slide and run around to here. No worries. We got an actual reasonable check, because that's a whole heart container, not just a piece of heart, a heart container, which does us a lot of good. Gets us an additional piece of heart, which just, you know, our health's getting pretty reasonable now. But still, we are not done. We are trying to find our way out? Oh no, we're trying to find our way to the boss room. I think this is where we possibly are checking. No? Not sure. Here's where we check some things. Realise there's like one check that we haven't done and go, we're here now. Because hopefully that one check wasn't anything we needed. Spoilers, it wasn't anything we needed. I don't know what it actually was, to be perfectly honest, because I never got it. At least I don't think I did. And what's going to be funny is, like, later into this video, we're going to go back and get it, and I'll be like, oh, I didn't remember doing that. But that kind of stuff happens fairly frequently. I didn't remember how long this fight was dragged out for. It's a really long, drawn-out fight when you think about it. I mean, I'm obviously not doing the best job at felling the dragon. Bomb bag. Big bomb bag. Up to 30 bombs. We're in a good position now. Things are going very well. And there we go. There's the water medallion received. And back to Death Mountain Crater. And then we can just leave. Or try that again. We can just leave. As we've done all the checks here already. Now, since we've got that done, it's time we look at what to go for next. And our next port of call is going to have to be... Oh yes, of course, we get to the village, and it's the ruined village. Which does mean we get the Saria song check, which is nice. Which is usually the... Shadow Temple. Nocturne of Shadow we'd usually get there. Now, I'm not sure... Wow, we've come back here because we've got Din's Fire and Magic. So, we're going to activate this and see if we get anything. Again, another tiny chest. At this time, we got bombs, not just a blue pea. So, we're getting things, we're getting places. Haven't we already done this check? Yes, we had already done this check. But we just wanted to check the fire check. Sounds like the kind of thing I would do. Why are we going back up Death Mountain? Why are we going back into Dodongos? Oh, we haven't actually beat Dodongos yet. Oh, I forgot that we did most of this as kid and then left. I think we even came back as adult and did some bits. I don't even... yeah, no, we did. We did come back as adult and do things. Another 5 rupees. Oh no, 20. Look at that. 20 whole rupees. We're doing good. And there's the king of the Dodongos. An easy challenge. Easy to beat when you have just killed a dragon. I mean, he's kind of dragonish, so we've definitely killed a dragon and a dinosaur. I think we're doing pretty well. I'd say it's all going pretty good at this point. We've got a lot of stuff done. We have an awful lot of the items that we need. We're just short of light arrows. And that's about all we really need. That's the light arrow check right there. Obviously it was a piece of heart. Which means it's probably time to go and find out where the light arrows are. Which means we can make use of one of the greatest things that is part of the randomizer. And that is that Ganon will tell you where the light arrows are if you can get to him. So if you can get to Ganon and find out where the light arrows are, he will tell you. we're going to have to run up and down this tower a few times. We're going to have to run up it a few times. Running down it doesn't happen much. Usually die before you have to run down. But yes. Those Dark Nuts are a difficult fight. Second time round, less so. And now we get here. We are on our way to fight with Ganondorf, the King of Evil himself. Although we're not actually going to fight him. We're just here to get the information. And we find out we've got to go to the Water Temple. Which does not make me happy. The Water Temple is my least favourite temple. But that is what we've got to do. So we do a quick little reset right here. I said we do a quick little... There we go. And here we are. And we just run away. See the speed at which we can run away like a coward? That is some pure coward speed right there. And high speeding it all the way out of here. So we can go and get exactly what we need. Which is the tunic from in here. The Zora's tunic that we can buy at the shop here. Because that will make our life a lot easier if we have the Zora tunic. But it's 300 rupees, not 200. So we are going to have to just do our best without it. So this is not going to be easy, but also it could be a whole lot worse. Right now, we are doing just fine. Swimming into the Water Temple. Now, we've got to do a load of just trying to work out where the item we want is. Now, mostly that means that we just have to hunt around a bit. But occasionally, things get a little bit messy, shall we say? See, right here, not a big deal. You know, we're just using exactly everything we know about the game to get us whatever checks we can. Even if those checks are just Deku sticks. Because we don't know, we have to just keep trying. Sometimes we end up in places like this where we go, oh, we can't go any further. And then sometimes we end up in situations where we're going, oh, we can do this. Like right here. So we come into this room, we murder some things, we get a chest spawn. That's good. There's our light arrows. We can completely dip now. We do not need to worry about anything. Straight back to the Temple of Time using the prelude. And we're going straight back for that boss fight. There is nothing stopping us now. We are going to just go and take Ganondorf down. We are going to make him cry like a little child. But I've seen this this tower climb a few times now. Annoyingly, I'm actually having to watch this fight. I'm not sure if it's even worth keeping this fight in. I do enjoy smashing the Dark Nuts up though. It's a lot of fun. And then boom, here comes the boom. You're not really one in life. And here it is. Ow. Okay. Redo. We can do this again. We'll just do this again and it'll be fine. We've got nothing to worry about. Just run away this time. Run away, and we'll go get some upgrades. We'll go get ourselves more set up for this fight, so we don't have anything to worry about. We can run away at top speed like a little scared child. But it's okay, because we're going to just come straight into here to go and check a place that we know exactly what we want. You see, here, behind this wall, is a fairy fountain. Now, if we just stock up on fairies, we will be golden. We'll have no problems. See, full health. We've got no problem. And the end, it comes. The end is coming. Now that's a good check right there. No, it's not. No, that's the Stone of Agony. That is arguably one of the least useful checks in the game. But at least we're getting some checks. We're getting places, we're doing things. Now back to Hyrule Field, where we start heading back to Ganon's Tower. This is now time. Sorry, Ganon's Castle, not Ganon's Tower. I do apologise. This bit is Ganon's Tower. But yes, we run up the tower for like the 4th time this episode or something. I'm not even sure how many times we've been up this tower today, but it's been a lot. We've done a lot of ascents up this tower, partially just to get information, partially to die to Ganondorf's hands, and hopefully now to actually... Right, that doesn't count. We want to do over. We want to do over. Yeah, do over. Straight do over. Nobody saw nothing. Here we go. Back at the top of the castle, fighting the Nimrod himself.
Now, there's not much we can say right here, just a bit of Dead Man's Volley, which, you know, it just is. Then we get to shoot him with a light arrow and start chopping. And then we repeat. Again. And again. And again. Now this is quite a fun bit. I do enjoy this. My favourite bit of that. Right there. Doing that attack.
Now I'm going to stay quiet and let you enjoy this battle to the fullest. And there we have it. The end of the randomizer. We beat the final boss. And now we get to enjoy this beautiful music as we cut out and wrap up this game, which has been an awful lot of fun. I have severely enjoyed myself, and I very much look forward to doing even more randomizers in the future. But, as I said before, next up, well, the next planned project is to do teaching my girlfriend Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So, please, please, please stop by and see that. And until next time, look after yourselves, look after each other, and have a good one. Bye!